A last chorus for Your Ears Only. I'm David Alpern.
I'm Eddie Robinson with this quote from the news. It's a story of how George Clooney would rather float into space and die than spend one more minute with a woman his own age. That was comic Tina Fey at the Golden Globes about Gravity, which later won an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture, and for star Sandra Bullock as Best Actress. Not nominated for Oscars, surprisingly, were major stars, including Tom Hanks in Captain Phillips, Robert Redford in All Is Lost, and Oprah Winfrey in The Butler. Now this.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark.
That line from Rodgers and Hammerstein is pretty much a personal credo for Peggy Eason, a retired parole official, sightless since birth, now turning her love and talent for singing into a cabaret career. And the song from which the line comes, You'll Never Walk Alone, also fits the support Easton is getting from some major Broadway veterans for her new show, As I See It, January 17th and 22nd at Stage 72 on West 72nd Street off Broadway in Manhattan.
And to talk about the show, her life, and the music she loves, for Your Ears Only, Peggy Eason is on the line now. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
You have master's degrees in both social work and voice and music education. When and how did singing become so important to you?
Well, I probably was singing from the time I was 7 years old. You see, I didn't really know that I could sing. I just sang. I used to listen to the radio, and I would imitate people. Just if I heard anybody, I could imitate them the way they sounded. I didn't realize I could sing until the nuns from the Lavelle School. They're the ones who realized my talent very early.
Many of us fancy we see the world through lyrics of the great American songbooks. Do you think they're even more important to you or more mysterious because you've never actually seen Pennies in a Stream, Castles in Spain, or Corn as High as an Elephant's Eye?
Well, I have never seen a corn as high as an elephant's sky, but I do know Pennies in a Stream because I used to go to camp in Vermont. And we used to throw pennies into the river and lakes and things like that. So I do have some idea of what, and also we had a wishing well up there, and we used to throw pennies in there. So I have some idea of Pennies in a Stream, but I never really think of it that way. I don't have any kind of visual things when I think of the songs. I just picture more atmospherically, just being where I am.
What led you to social work instead of music? And 25 years with the New York State Division of Parole. What did you do there?
Well, actually, I have to correct you on one thing. Unfortunately, I wasn't an official at the Division of Parole. I was a secretary. I typed for all the parole officers and corrected their English, their grammar. I did that for 25 years. In addition to that, I was also union president of the clerical staff. I represented the members if they had a problem. Whatever the problems were, I represented them.
And what led you back to singing?
Well, after I retired, I said, you know what? I now have the time. I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about anything. So I decided now is the time for me to start my career. And this is how I started. I retired in 2009, and that's when my career started again. And then I took a class that taught cabaret, and I said, hey, I can do that. I love to be challenged.
Let's talk about the Broadway veterans who are collaborating on your new show, starting with costume designer William Ivey Long, a 6-time Tony winner. How did you two get together, and what was his concept for you?
Well, I have to say, I have to give credit where credit is due. This whole team was put together by my manager, Michael Estwanek. He calls us the Dream Team. He wanted someone to work with me and from head to toe. So that's how he came. He's the one who put it together, Mr. Long. The whole team he put together.
You have director Jeffrey Denman. You have two-time Emmy winner John McDaniel as your musical director.
Yes.
He worked with Bette Midler, Shirley MacLaine, Carol Burnett, Cab Calloway, among many others. Do you feel like he connects you with those famous performers?
No, he treats me like myself. The one thing I like working with both Jeff and John, they treated me like I was a star, and that's what I love most about them. And they were pretty tough on me. They challenged me because they knew I was up to the challenge, and but they treated me like myself.
I was pleased to see you've chosen a song with lyrics by my friend Ira Gasman and music by Cy Coleman from their Broadway show The Life, about the oldest profession on the old 42nd Street. The full title is You Gotta Use What You Got to Get What You Want Before What You Got Is Gone. Did you get any sense of those girls in your work at the Parole Division?
Well, no, unfortunately, I didn't have to deal with the parolees exactly, but I used to write enough reports to understand what they went through. But I'll tell you, to be honest with you, I chose that song for a totally different reason. You know, I was always taught to take a song, it may mean one thing, but to make it mean what you want it to mean. What I was thinking from my own perspective was, I figured if I have a disability, I might as well make it work for me. So that's why I decided, if you got it, then use it. Turn lemon into lemonade.
Peggy Eason's show is As I See It, 7 p.m. January 17 and 22 at Stage 72, 158 West 72nd Street, and www.stage72.com.
You'll never walk
And this has been For Your Ears Only.